we have a tour book for 11.
Yeah, is it Kamari?
Yes, it's Charmery.
Oh, thank you guys for coming to CFX today. So I'll just tell you a little bit of history about this place. So Chocolate FX opened in 2005, and they opened at a location not far from here, just on the other side of Niagara-on-the-Lake. And then they moved here in 2011. And this had been a canning factory that was owned by Del Monte. So they opened here, they built this building in the late 1800s, so that's how old this building is. And then in 2019, our local couple sold the business. So we've got fabulous new owners, but the original owners are still here with us, and a big part of what happens here. So come on over here, we're gonna look in our molding section. So our retail store is about 20% of the business. The other 80% is our wholesale. So one of our contracts, the company is called Remix. So they send us in their dry ingredients here. The girls mix it with the dark chocolate. They get it all mixed together, spread it out to make a bean bark. And this company, they were on our show called Dragon's Den, which is like Shark Tank. Yeah, so I think that's really cool. So when I see this at the grocery store, I feel really proud to see our name on the back. So they spread this out, and then they send it through the cooling tunnel. Then when it comes out, they snap it all apart and weigh it and put it in bags. So when they do that, like, you just see bowls everywhere and bins everywhere with the finished product. So that's kind of cool. And right now they've got their enrobing machine hooked up. So it's like a conveyor belt, and then there's like a little chocolate car wash, and everything gets covered in chocolate. Normally they do like licorice, Oreo cookies, Rice Krispie squares. Right now they're working on 38,000 cookies.
Sorry, how many?
38,000. Wow. So they've been doing that now. This is the second week. So that's why we're kind of put on hold in the store. Yeah, so we're on hold. There's Kelly. So we get our chocolate from Chicago. It comes in like 10-pound blocks of dark milk and white chocolate. Yeah, they do all of our hand dipping of truffles here. They do strawberries for special order on a Friday. They fill up our chocolate bar molds. And then they put it over on the shaking table, gets all the bubbles out. And
Sorry, where's the shaking table?
right here, it's like a...
It's not working right now, right?
well, they don't have it on right now.
Okay.
But they'll put it on and it just shakes and gets all the bubbles out. That's really important. And then it goes through the cooling tunnel, and that looks like it's not even moving, but it's just going so slowly. It takes about 10 minutes from start to finish. So by the time it comes out the other side, it's cooled and ready to be packaged.
So how long does it take them roughly to make, let's say, 1,000 cookies?
I don't know, last week, the first week, I think they were at like, maybe after 4 days, they had finished about 10,000.
And how many are involved in it? How many are involved in making them?
Just
three of them? Okay.
Yeah, and then each, I mean, there might be 4 one day, there might be 2 one day. Actually, our factory, our panning area is closed today, and the packaging. So, and then we made mint on Friday. That closes the factory as well, because they can't make any other chocolate because it'll taste and smell like mint. Okay, so this is our packaging area, and what happens in here is, when the chocolate's complete from the far end, they bring it into this room, and it'll sit on trays for an overnight, and then they'll put it into the steel bin over here, and then they scoop out the chocolate and they weigh it. They put it in the bags that are already marked and labeled, and they will either go over to the shelves for replenishment in our store, or they get packed up and sent off to a grocery store. So, and they just got this large machine as well. So that's supposed to really help us with time, because that can do about 30 packages in a minute, whereas the girls can do 1 to 2 packages in a minute. And we've got a nut-free facility also in the back here. I've never seen it, but I believe it's there. It's just very strict to get in there. So Kabir's here, he's our health and safety guy, and he's really strict, like at watching everything that goes on and to make sure everything's clean. Like, you can't even have a pen cap in here. Like, it's dangerous, and there can't be any cross-contamination or anything like that.
So this is strictly just sealing it?
Yeah,
The package? Okay, that's all it
sealing
is?
So this big machine, that's supposed to separate everything, put it in their packages, weigh it, seal it, like it'll do everything. And it can get so many, like see how she's sitting there putting the stickers on and they all have to be in the exact same spot, so she's got a little template there. But this machine will do all that. So they'll still have to do this for small orders because they won't start up that machine unless it's a huge order. It takes them a minute. They can only do 1 bag or 2 bags in a minute, and that machine will do 30. So, and see those, they're all going over on the shelf there for us. And we've got one more section to look at, which is our panning section. The girls, they all have the day off in panning. So there's nobody in here. So normally these bins are spinning, and this is where they put the candy or nuts or whatever chocolate they're working on making. They will put the candy or nuts in here. So each one of these bins will hold about 45 pounds of almonds, let's say. And then every piece gets about 50 layers of chocolate put on. So in between every layer of chocolate, they have to dry it. So that's what those hoses are for, the vent. So as the machine is spinning, like you see on the video here, it's spinning, and you can see the dryer over top drying it all. And then the girls will put their hands through, make sure nothing's stuck together, and like there's no pieces, broken pieces of almonds or whatever they're working on. So what else was I going to say? And these big bins, they will hold the dark, the milk, and the white chocolate, and also some Greek yogurt. Whenever you see a chocolate that has a color to it, that means that the last few layers, maybe 5 or 6 layers, they've used white chocolate. So you can see here, last 5 or 6 layers, like, and they've infused the color and flavor into the white, and it sweetens everything up. And then we've got our cacao pod. This is real. This is what grows off of the tree, and ours come from Africa. So these are like that. And then when they open it, it would look like this inside. So this white stuff is called mucilage, and it's slimy and sweet. But inside there are the beans. Ours are all gone. Sorry guys, there you go. So there's beans in there. So they want to lay the beans out in the sun for a day and let it ferment for about 4 days or so.
So this is dark chocolate, and what's the percentage of cocoa?
65 to 70. Blueberry. So these are the first ones they made when they opened the store, and they're the sweetest because they have a color on them, so they've used white chocolate. So we'll do those. We'll do the blueberry, and then this is a dark chocolate coffee blueberry, but it's not a strong coffee. It's just like a, if I didn't say coffee, you'd probably never know. And then this is a dark chocolate wild blueberry, okay?
What's the difference between white chocolate and dark chocolate? Like, how are they different? Like, how do they become different?
So the dark chocolate, it's not as sweet tasting. The white chocolate, they use like the fat from the bean that gets pressed out and put a ton of sugar. That's why white chocolate's so much sweeter. So yeah, there's a big difference between the two as far as sweetness goes.
So it comes from the same place.
So that's why some people say white chocolate isn't really chocolate, but I think, and everyone's got a different opinion, but I think it is, white chocolate is still chocolate because it's coming from the same source, right? So, but white, and there's not a lot of milk added to the dark chocolate. That's why it's not as sweet as the milk. Oh, those are our red cherry chocolates. So if I could only pick one that's the best seller or the most popular, it would be those. And we call those OMG. So if you guys are really good, I'm gonna give you one after our tour at the end, because we keep those ones behind the counter for special folks.
Special ones that behave.
That's right. Yeah. I
wonder whether they're gonna be lucky.
Yeah. Anybody want to try pina colada? This is a milk chocolate toffee pistachio. Do you want to try that?
Okay. Dark chocolate raspberries.
Yeah, and then with
Thank
the
you.
white, so it really sweetens. Where did little miss go?
Try one, sweetie.
This one's
Try one,
good
sweetie.
You know what? I think you'll really like that one, honey. You like the raspberry one the best? Andy, which one was your favorite chocolate?
I like them all.
Which one did you like the most, Toby?
The peanut colada or the pistachio or the cherry?
I think they were all good. One day.